Welcome to Connections from the Green at Zurich Classic in New Orleans. I'm Jeff Bahr. I'm head of sales at RCIS. RCIS is the crop insurance business of Zurich, North America. And at RCIS, we like to pride ourselves in having great customer relationships. And who better to talk to than Dave Larson? Dave is the founder of David Larson Financial and Insurance Services in Minnesota. David's been a great customer, a loyal customer of ours for quite some time. He's been doing crop insurance for quite a while, and of 15 years being an agent of ours. So
Right.
first of all, I would just say thank you for your business. Really appreciate you for that. And, I'd like to maybe just start with, your journey in crop insurance and, some of the highs and lows that you've seen over the years.
Well, the first job I had was working for Farm Credit, and I got my insurance licenses and went out. After I got my license, the first week I was in business, my boss sent me out and gave me 10 names and said, "Don't come back until you've seen all 10." Well, I went out to sell hail insurance because we didn't have multi-peril yet.
Okay.
But went 10 for 10. I sold 10 for 10, and the people that he never sold before.
Nice.
Anyway, that was one of my highs. But my dad worked for RCIS, was a field rep for 20 years, and my brother's an adjuster. And RCIS has been great to work with, just wonderful people.
Well, RCIS is obviously in your family, and that's kind of how we view this business. It's a family business, and we really like that you've had not only just yourself, but other connections within your family, a part of us. So that's really neat.
Yeah.
And as somebody from the sales side, I can appreciate that. Going 10 for 10, I really like that. So great job. And that just carried forward all these years.
I think what happened is the reason I had an actual experience where my dad got hailed out two years in a row. And when I told that story, the farmer goes, "Well, I like that protection."
That's right.
And anyway, I think it's been good.
And that's why they buy insurance. That's why farmers have crop insurance. And so let's talk about the claims experience. What do you see your farmers looking for, from a claims perspective, and how that would work, in the time they're lost? They obviously count on the insurance provider to be there for them and, have a fair and efficient claims process.
In our portfolio, we have two adjusters that work our territory a lot, and both of them are farmers.
Oh.
And both of them have really good knowledge and can work with the farmer and talk his language.
Right.
I always think the best salesperson you have working for you is your adjusters,
Right.
because they get to touch.
Yeah.
And anyway, it's good. We have wonderful in our area.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. I mean, that's where the promise is delivered. And, we put a lot of faith and trust in our claims people, and we have a lot of training and skill set just to make sure that they're having that experience like you described. How important is it? You talked about claims, but underwriting too, and sales as well. How important is it to have the local people there right by you in Minnesota, right where your farms are that you insure?
It's great and there isn't a whole bunch of questions back and forth, but there are always some. And this year with the ECO, that was something we didn't know a lot about before. But when the subsidy got increased this year, we could market it. And
Sure.
It was a good thing for the farmers to know about and to buy.
It was. 95% coverage level at the county level. It's a really good product. I'm glad you showed it to your farmers, and a lot of them obviously took advantage of that this year.
We always have a spring meeting before the sign up, and we really covered it well this year.
Good.
And I think we sold it for the right reasons. If you said, "Well, I'm going to back down some of my multi-peril and be able to afford this," no, I think most of our farmers looked at it as like they were buying price protection.
Sure. Sure. That's what it was.
And with the tariff stuff and going on, maybe it was really a smart move this year.
Yeah, well, we have a ways before we see the harvest price,
Right.
But I would say it was a smart business decision. Absolutely. Another thing about crop insurance is just it continues to evolve from a technology standpoint. And what we like to do is we like to see RCIS as we talk about ease of doing business. So we want Dave Larson crop insurance to be able to have a good experience, efficient, and technology is certainly a part of that. Not only, from policy issuance, acreage reporting, APH, claims, all of that. We want to make sure that you're working with somebody that's in ease of doing business, and technology is certainly a part of that. How would you say, technology has evolved and how it's helped your agency?
Well, it makes it so we can handle customers better, more. Um, our agency has probably tripled in the 15 years we've owned it, and more customers to handle, more things to do. But RCIS is very efficient. The other thing is RCIS has better products, more products. With the replant and APO and RPP and lots of products that the other companies don't have.
Right.
And it makes it, well, there's no cookie cutter method that we use for each customer. We have to sit down and do a risk management evaluation, but some of those products really fit, and make sense.
Yeah, they sure do. And you tailor a risk management plan for each farmer.
We do.
Yeah, and based on risk tolerance and coverages. And
I try to do a break-even analysis on each farmer, so that they get an idea what their, if they get a normal yield, what their break-even price would be to break even. And then I can draw up I've been in the business for 30 some years. I can draw up a plan that protects them.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it also fits their budget.
Right. And that's why your agency has grown so much.
I think
because you are giving that advice and you're a trusted advisor, and people count on you to make sure that they know what products are out there, what services, and that you're making sure that they have those that they're, if they choose to have them, that you've given it to them. So.
Right. I think that's what a good agent's supposed to do.
That's right. Yeah. What about what specifically are you hearing this year from some of your policyholders? What are some concerns or anything unique about this year?
I think that, fairly standard. They're worried about their break-even cost because it seems like all the costs of all the inputs are up and the price of grain is down some. So they're worried about, and probably more than ever, they're worried about protecting their bottom line.
Sure.
And so we saw big increases in our sales this year because of that.
Yeah.
And but I think we're doing a good job with risk management, and I think we're making it so that the farmer feels comfortable with what he bought.
Right. Anything specific about the growing conditions or anything you're seeing in Minnesota in your area?
Well, it's the 26th of April today, and I think all of our sugar beets in our area got planted already, and I think most of the corn's in.
Good.
And beans will get in the next 2 weeks. And I think, are we a little bit dry? Yeah, a little bit. But I think we always do a little bit better in dry than we do a little too wet.
Sure.
Last year was way too wet.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, all we can do is hope and pray for a good growing season. Sounds like in your area,
got good land.
We have good land. Most of it's planted already, which is fairly early.
Yeah.
So that's a positive. So it feels like we're on the right track. But what I would say, Dave, is I can't thank you enough for you as a customer, you as a friend, as a person that advocates not only for crop insurance, for RCIS as well. Appreciate you having even the RCIS shirt on today.
I always say I wear RCIS underwear.
Well, we certainly appreciate it. We thank you very much. We're all here together to serve the American farmer.
Yeah.
And you do it from the agency standpoint. We do it from the provider standpoint. And in the end, we feel like we have a great product, a great service, and it works very well.
It does.
It does. So what do you say we go watch some golf?
Sounds great.
All right. Thank you, Dave.
Yeah.